Today, I'm gonna show you how to make super simple recipes straight out of your garden when cucumber season is in. We are at a very special garden space for me. I'm Karen Miller with Homegrown Gardens. Let me show you this beautiful luxury garden behind me. This is the beautiful garden space, but this is the beautiful owner, Aimee. This is an extra special garden to share because she has had her hands in growing every single one of these plant babies.
That is true.
Yes, so we grew maybe about 4,000 this year.
Yeah.
And if you look closely around this property, you're gonna see a little extra plant baby action in every little nook and cranny. All right, Aimee, so give us a little background to you and how you ended up with this beautiful garden space.
When I decided to come water plants with you and start the whole process, I sort of wanted to understand the client process and also understand like what everybody else is getting through Homegrown Gardens. So I asked you to design and make me a garden, which then became 2 gardens because I realized that one wasn't enough.
That's how it starts. That's usually how it goes. When I came into this property, the first thing I do is scope out the lands. She doesn't have a very big backyard and she has a lot of cool pockets already that exist. So it kind of worked out beautifully that this was the only section we had, and it just so happens to be on the north side, which means these beautiful trellises, everything in front of it is south facing.
Correct.
So we solved an issue there with the lackluster pocket of your yard and added in a ton of beauty, a little bit of privacy, and everything is clearly thriving. So Aimee, why don't you give us a little tour, walk us through, talk us through everything that's happened and what you're most enjoying.
We have a little bit of a pepperpalooza, a variety of different kinds of peppers.
What's this little guy right here?
Peppercini.
That's actually a new one we're growing this year. Every year at Homegrown Gardens, we expand and we try to test out different varieties. So this year it's pepperoncini. So this little yellow guy, have you eaten him yet?
Yes, they're delicious.
So this is called a sun sugar tomato, and it is my absolute favorite. If you're looking for something different other than a red tomato, this little yellow guy is super sweet and it resists cracking. You can see we've had a lot of rain here lately, and it's not splitting like some tomatoes tend to do.
This is a Mexican sour cucumber. Very small little leaves.
It kind of has like a spider web vibe.
It does. It's really cool.
So here's
kind
one
of crazy.
Here.
They're very small. This is actually the size of it.
Teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, they don't get any bigger than this. So if you see this on your Mexican sour cucumber vine, it's time to eat it up. So before we start making our magical cucumber concoctions, I just want to point out how lovingly Aimee has been to find plant babies a home. So at the end of season, inevitably, we have way too many, and we just have to find a home for them. So she took it upon herself to mingle kale plants through her miniature little hostas. I think it turned out beautiful, and it's intentional and edible. Let's pick some cucumbers.
Perfect.
Let's get a couple tomatoes, whatever's ready, and we're gonna work some magic in your kitchen.
All right.
So when you pick a cucumber, you want to make sure that you don't just yank it off the vine, because sometimes you'll take the vine with it. So instead, just give it a little twist and it should pop right off. Tomatoes, should we pick some? Yeah, okay, cool. Anything else? Do you want to put this purple pepper in?
If it's ready.
Yeah, just like, why not? Think we got what we need?
Ooh.
Look at this cute little basket Aimee has. So before we get going and making these 2 amazing cucumber salad recipes, I want to give you a toast. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I literally mean this from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't have been able to get through this season without you.
Thank you for being an amazing teacher and friend.
Yes, likewise. And it's been such a journey. I know we're gonna just keep improving the methods.
I'm so excited.
It's so fun. It's so fun because she's
so fun.
Aimee's invested, and as this business grows, like I'm excited you're a part of this. So I need you in my life. Stick around.
Here.
Yeah. And fun little shout out to a local wine bar, Evelyn Eve in Warrenville. I met the owner, Mo. She's amazing. We have so many cucumbers on the vine, right? So that's always the challenge when you have a garden. You're like, what do I do with all this abundance? And so we're gonna show you a couple different ways you can. I know, they keep coming, oh my goodness. Cucumber overload here. So we have 2 different recipes. First is a refreshing cucumber watermelon feta, and the second one is cucumber surprise. It's literally just taking whatever is ripe in the garden, chopping it up, and putting a really good balsamic and olive oil on top. Perfect. It's as simple as that.
I love it.
So first things first, we gotta chop all these cucumbers, so stay tuned and we're gonna get to the fun part. So the key with cutting cucumbers is that there are no rules. For this salad, I like it bite size. So I usually cut them about a 1/2 inch thick, and then I will quarter them. So at the end of the day, you're looking at this little tiny wedge of cucumber. That's really easy to eat. But honestly, you could shred it, you could cube it, you could take a watermelon ball or kind of thing and make little balls out of it. Whatever shape you like is good. So this is in my brain right now, and that's how everything starts, right? Is like you have an idea and then you start to bring it to life. Many years ago, I had this idea of creating a cookbook because obviously we grow all this food and what do we do with everything? So that's in the works. And this recipe you will see in my Homegrown Gardens cookbook circa 2028. I don't know. I'm feeling that's realistic. But not only will this cookbook showcase what to do with your produce, but it's gonna highlight all the beautiful garden spaces that these plants get to grow in and show you exactly how these plants get to live in nature before you get the final product. All right, so everything is prepped and I'm gonna toss this over to Aimee because this is her creation and show us what's up. How did you do the salad?
So basically everything's prepped. I would take some fresh arugula, diced watermelon, cucumbers, and I love feta, so feta cheese.
For sure.
Pepitas, or pumpkin seeds, and I love olives also, so I put olives in a lot of different things.
So we're getting a little bit of sweet and a little bit of salty.
Yep.
That's kind of the idea here, is to mix those two different things together.
Yep, and I think for a dressing, I probably would just do a drizzle of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon on top.
Let's do it. One more plug for another local business I truly love is Olive and Vinny's. They make the best infused olive oils and balsamics. So truly the vegetables speak for themselves. They're very flavorful, but this will kick it up 10 notches. So if you're local to Glen Ellen, go to Olive and Vinny's, get yourself some amazing infused oils and you'll really, impress. It's so simple and you're really gonna impress people.
All right, so a little olive oil and then just some lemon juice, salt and pepper.
All right, so now we are on to the next recipe today, which is called Cucumber Surprise, because honestly, you just throw in there whatever is right. So today we have a purple pepper. We're gonna chop some tomatoes that were fresh off the vine, of course, the cucumber, and zhuzh it up with some good dressing.
Oh, you know what I have?
What's that?
I have grilled poblanos from my garden.
Ooh, that would taste good in here.
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is part of the surprise right now. It's happening.
What does Aimee have in
It's
her?
happening in real time. What do you have in your fridge and what can you pop in here to make the surprise? We have grilled poblanos, which are from the garden.
from my garden.
That's amazing. So that's gonna add a completely surprise element that I was not expecting. So we have more surprise going into the cucumber surprise. These little guys, these are garlic chives and these are onion tops. It turns out that when you grow a bulb onion, the shoots that come up, just like this, can actually be eaten as chives. Now it's time to put this magic all together and see how it turns out.
I'm gonna put cucumbers as the base,
Cucumber is the base.
since we have so much.
We have so many. And we get all this magic going in. And you see how colorful it is? That's also indicative of nutritional value. So when you're eating a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of purple, on the inside, you're getting a whole array of antioxidants. So it's super good for your body and also your eyes. It's just beautiful to look at. In terms of ratio to balsamic to olive oil, I usually do a bit more olive oil than I do balsamic because this is really tangy. So it's gonna have a punch to it. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's probably the equivalent to a tablespoon, maybe 2. I promise you in my cookbook, I will figure these measurements out so you actually have guidance. But in the meantime, it's a surprise salad. So we're just gonna add just a little more for kicks. So this specific olive oil from Olive and Vinny's is called Milanese Gremolata. Mixy mixies. And then naturally we need some salt and pepper. This is to taste. It's just more of a feel. Oh, what are we adding? What's the surprise?
Curly parsley.
Curly parsley.
For color.
For color. So I have a feeling this one's gonna be a bit more savory.
Yep.
That one's gonna be obviously a little sweeter with the watermelon. Light and refreshing. So I'm super excited to see them both. Let's get some plates. All right. Here it is, a refreshing cucumber watermelon salad and cucumber surprise. Let's try them out and see what we like. Mind you, all this beauty behind us is just adding to the vibe, adding to the backyard, adding to the food, obviously. It's just so cool.
Love it.
It's really cool. So here we go. Which one do you want to try first?
Cucumber surprise.
Cucumber surprise. We're going in big. All right, see how this turned out. I love the parsley. It's crunchy, definitely flavorful. I'm catching the heat of the poblano. That poblano was a really good choice. You want to omit the heat, I'd probably skip that, but honestly,
It's not really spicy though.
the tomato and it's like a smoky heat. It's amazing. Really, really good. All right, more of a traditional salad here with arugula. Got to make sure you get a bite of watermelon, feta, everything in one bite.
Delicious.
It's really good.
Always amazing.
Refreshing for sure because of the watermelon, the arugula,
And the
that
cucumber.
that little spice, that cucumber. Yeah, cucumber in itself is very refreshing. I would serve this before a main dish. But honestly, this cucumber surprise could be beautiful as is if you're vegan, if you don't eat meat, or if you do. I could see throwing some meat on that and that would literally be the meal. It's amazing. Kudos to both. We nailed it. It's beautiful. So if you're interested in these recipes, look below. You'll get all the details. Of course, stay tuned for my future cookbook where you can enjoy these beautiful dishes plus many, many more in the Homegrown Gardens cookbook. All right, so one last cheers to you, Aimee. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. I'm so excited for what's to come.
Me too.
Cheers. Oh, there is one more thing here. As you can see, it's starting to get a little twilighty. The lights have popped on behind us, and if you know me, you know you always need lighting in the garden space, and this is case in point. We're enjoying a nice evening out, and we've got these beautiful uplights on the trellis posts for a little bit of extra ambiance.